going on, Ventura? This is the local show, everybody, and this is cool. I've been trying to get away from the Trump thing, and there's the lovely Shayna, everybody.
Nope.
Night, and welcome the great Mario Calire on the show. Mario, what is going on?
That was a great intro.
Uh,
I will announce the time, but the longest gigs I had was the Wallflowers and then another band called Ozomatli. And those were like 8 and 10 years. And other than that, I've done some stints with studio and played locally, and just, you got to do it.
Yeah, and you grew up in the Ventura area, or you just you live here?
Yeah, I live in Ventura, but I grew up in Ojai.
Oh, okay, not too.
I've actually been in Ventura quite a while now.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
that's cool.
1999.
Oh,
And we're in my personal.
Yeah, look at that. That's an amazing background.
So yeah, as soon as I got to this place in Ventura, I soundproofed the garage and did the whole, like, I built a room inside of a room. I did all the kind of things you're supposed to do to really prevent sound. And from escaping, and at the time, it was more about being a good neighbor, you know?
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to play, and I didn't want to. The houses are kind of close together here.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's
It was a long time later that I put recording equipment in here.
Residential home, because I actually asked someone about that a couple years ago when my son was taking drum lessons, and they're like, no, you're still going to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a lot of mass. It's like you just got to have a lot of material.
Yeah.
And it could be done. It's just expensive. And when I did it, it was sort of like the calculation, because I had moved from Ojai. I kind of downsized to the place here and soundproofed the garage.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
So yeah, you can see I got my CDs in here and some vinyl and then a lot of drums.
How many
I wish,
drums?
I mean, if I had a bigger place,
CD things you speak of.
I know, man. I just can't bring myself to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it hits the 90s and the early 2000s, and then it's like there isn't any more new shit. A couple, you know? Because everything else since then, I just stream, you know, like everybody else does. So
yeah,
but I can't bring myself to get rid of it.
Well,
you know, I still like to go back. They still sound great.
Yeah, they do sound good. I haven't seen. I don't even have a CD player anymore. As weird as that sounds, but I was thinking if you got like a storage bin and like stuck all those CDs under your bed, you could probably fit maybe 15 new snare drums like vertically on that wall. Don't tell anyone I said that, especially like people that you live with. But it could work.
There's always room for some drums.
Yeah.
Did you collect any more?
Store them, so I'll get some kind of like a charity case, like a real beat up old Ludwig kit or something, and then I'll spend a bunch of time, really cleaning it up and doing whatever needs to be done, and then I'll either keep it or I might flip it and I'll sort of do it again. It's kind of time consuming, and the amount of hours usually put into that, it doesn't always make sense, like financially. It's more of like a hobby, you know.
Yeah.
That pays for itself, I guess.
Did you? I mean, you've been basically just recording, I imagine. You're not touring or performing. You haven't been doing that the last year.
Yeah.
What have you been doing since you haven't been able to go out and tour?
Yeah. So, by the way, just real quick, my screen is frozen for you guys, but I assume that the show is still going fine because I'm.
Sounds good. Looks good.
Yeah, we're.
I can't see you guys.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Difficulties.
Is there a trick? Should I do something?
No, we got you. Hold on one second.
I think we can fix it on our end for you.
Okay. So that's a good question. So, I already haven't been touring for a few years. You know, and then as we hit the pan, so I've been home a lot. So I had kind of already transitioned from being a guy that was gone all the time to work to trying to work more from home, which is what I do here. This is like, I got the microphones here, and
You've got everything you need right
different
there.
Artists, producers, and composers.
Yeah, that's a sweet setup right there.
Yeah, so I wish I could turn the camera around, but it's stuck on my big computer. I can show you some of my stuff, but I've invested to make my recordings as good as I can. It's kind of a never. Joe knows about this. It's really deep and it gets expensive. You start spending infinite amounts more money to chase the next 1% better as you get towards whatever it is you're trying to get to.
Joe knows all about that.
Yeah,
He's daydreaming
there's a
about it
lot of
right
stuff
now,
to tell.
actually.
Yeah, my credit card knows about it. That's for sure.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past year, as opposed to playing gigs. With a lot of musicians have been doing, figuring out how to still be connected to making music and to your friends and peers from your home without doing it necessarily in the same place.
Yeah, have you done any Zoom performances or anything like that? I mean, I can't imagine comedy going over well, but music has kind of gone over well online over the pandemic. You know, just people streaming their drumming or just sharing your talent, your passion. Like you've been obviously doing that on Instagram. I've been silently watching you for like the last year. Just kind of.
That's
I just followed him right now, so it sounds weird. Like I just followed you. Yeah, you know.
So you've been watching him this whole time without actually.
He's just so handsome. But no, we got to talk.
I haven't done any Zoom concerts. I'm not like with. Like I do play with a couple artists that have done some, but a lot of them have done solo or duo gigs because they were trying to keep distance where they went.
Yeah.
I've just done a lot of recording for people, people who are making their own music or people who are making music for film or TV. They might need drums on it and they'll send me a piece of music and I love having the space to do it because I can take my sweet time and really, if we're like, because Joe knows, because Joe's a great guitar player. We work together.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a studio and you got a lot of musicians there, everybody's on the clock. You got to get a certain amount of stuff done, and nobody can blow it. You want to get the take.
Yeah.
At home, I can have the luxury of time. So if someone sends me a song, you can't see it from the vantage point, but there are some drums back there. But even to the other side, I have a ton of snare drums.
So many.
So I might get a song from somebody and go, okay, I got the song down. I'm going to record a little bit and go, yeah, that snare drum is not right. So then I'll go and I'll audition a few drums.
That's so cool.
And then I'll get the exact sound that I think is awesome for that song. If I was in a studio with a bunch of musicians, I'll probably have a couple snares and we'll make a quick decision. But you wouldn't take the time that I can take when I work at home. So there's some advantages to doing this remote thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The biggest disadvantage is we're not playing together and vibing off each other, which is really what music's all about.
It's about energy.
Jimi Hendrix ain't making his records with each dude, remotely. Like the kind of stuff that most of us really are drawn to was not made in this way.
Mm-mm.
So it's just a way. It isn't the way to keep making music. But because so many people are, regardless of Corona, are just sequestered working on their little system, and then they want people to add on to their music, it's just become a very normalized way of overdubbing and sharing and collaborating.
That's a good way to put it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how just in the last year, things that we could never imagine doing is now it's normal now, and we all accept it, and it's we just all adapted so easy. I mean, obviously we were forced to, but it's still crazy.
Like kids going to school remotely and people working remotely, and
if we didn't have the infrastructure, I don't think it would be as successful without the technology that we do have.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked from home for 20 years. I've been lucky like that because I've always kind of had my own business. So it wasn't that different for me. I think the hardest part is being a mom. And obviously now during the day when I have my quiet time to work, now I have my boyfriend home, and now I have my kids home.
Who's your boyfriend?
yeah, your quiet time's not as quiet as it used to be.
No, and I'm making like 6 meals a day because now everybody's hungry at different times, and it's insanity.
Boyfriend needs to start cooking.
Yeah, that guy should get his life together.
Yeah,
he should.
I'll have a talk with him.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you got something, Joe.
Well, when I thought of the question I was going to ask, Mario kind of already brought it all up because I was hanging with Mario when he was building this rad space, you know, in the recording zone. Like he said, he had it going before. It's more of like a practice area, and then it turned, you know, things have shifted pre-corona into, you know, forcing everybody to kind of have their own rig to keep working. And so I kind of was around while Mario was building that up, and you never, like he said, it's a never-ending pit of doom because excuse me,
I said that.
No, Mario did.
Oh,
in
Mario.
terms of like,
I was like,
it
doesn't
never
sound like
ends.
me.
It never ends. Like you could
There's
do
a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Which is actually, and I think you probably agree with this, Joe, is one of the really fun things about learning about recording and engineering as a musician, where I'm not going to say like we're experts, but we've put in the work on our instruments for so long that there's something really cool about going back and being a real humble beginner at a whole nother field. You know, it is still music making, but it's a whole nother world. Like I call people and ask the dumbest questions.
right.
You know,
yeah.
one time I was like a year or so ago, I had a different system in here and I could not hear anything out of my speakers. And I had some kind of headphone / monitor powered system, amp. And I had no sound. And so I called a friend of mine. I'm like, dude, I tore my rig apart. I rebuilt it. I can't hear anything. And he said, now, is there a little green light underneath here? I'm like, yeah. He's like, is that lit? I'm like, yeah. He said, that's the mute button. You know how that is. You're trying to chase the one wrong thing in your system.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And it happens so
cool.
easily. Yeah. Even if it's like inside the computer and you're like, oh, I forgot to look at that matrixy blah, blah, blah nerd thing. And you're like, oh, man. But now you got it all dialed in and your tracks sound stupidly cool. And what a cool thing. It seems like, you know, you can send anything to anybody at dang near any time with like, and really, like you said, the luxury of having that time, which I've experienced too at my own studio. I can sit there and like 4 hours later, not like, you know, man, like your client, it's a special thing. And you've got that down very, very well.
That's really cool. And I liked what you said. You mentioned something about, you know, bringing it back. Well, I'm not sure if you're probably aware of this, but you know, Dave Grohl has that new documentary, "What Drives Us." I'm wondering what you thought about that.
The Foo Fighters, the old keyboard player from the Wallflowers.
Remy.
And I got sent a screener of it, and I haven't watched it yet. I intend to, but
oh dang.
Yeah, I saw him on Jimmy Kimmel briefly, and he just kind of was when he started the Foo Fighters after Nirvana, you know, crashed and burned. They got back into an old Chevy van, and he actually drove that van to the Kimmel show, and he parked it outside so they can take a video of it and everything. And he mentioned that they wanted to experience that energy, like the energy of starting a band again, but they just wanted to, you know, be organic and start out in a van again, just like a new band would. And I thought that was just incredible. But yeah, I wanted to actually share a video. Maybe you have to take a break pretty soon, or?
I mean, I think, are we good on time?
Yeah, we're looking good.
We're good on
We don't want to go over. So
yeah, we don't want to go over. You want to talk, or should I?
So Bryan has been kind of he's been a musician for 20 years, and he's been just recently has moved back to the kind of pushing him. I'm like, well, you have all this music and you've done all this, him into sharing a video that he did, and he's kind of see what you think of it.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I know this dude we've been texting.
Oh yeah,
and he's kind of a celebrity drum coach person.
Oh wow.
And
dude, that's
so
awesome.
you know, to have a Grammy-winning artist like Mario Calire on the show.
Could you call him up really quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up.
Mario has to take a break. Okay.
So you're saying you're gonna play what's that, Mario?
There's a few celebrity drum coaches out there, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, but I know the real guy. I know the guy.
Yeah,
You know
you gotta
the
make
guy.
sure you're getting the right one, because there's some jokers out there.
Yeah, no, and I feel like I do. Let me connect with him. We're gonna play some
See if we
Bryan.
can get him on the show. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I would love some critiques because I do show myself playing drums, and I would like some advice.
I've actually never truthfully heard you play drums.
This will be your first time to see it too. He's been kind of shy about putting this out there. So
well, and I know a guy, but he could be a little harsh on you, but he knows a lot about the industry.
I need the truth.
So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to make fun of how you play drums.
Yeah, we'll see Mario in just a second.
And then we're going to have a celebrity drum coach. Then we're going to come back to Mario for a quick recap before his helicopter picks him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Perfect.
Okay, so we'll be right back. Okay,
thank you.
here we go. Let's see. How are we going to do this?
Oh, don't want to. Hey, now.
This is more than I wanted. Take me out of the dark. I roam in cold and black. You are out of touch here. Lightly falling, you whisper you're scared. It's the weight of the world I know. As I struggle to be whole, it's the weight of the world I know. As you are mine, and we will find. This is stranger than love or loss. Turning backwards, you face the dawning. No excuse for a wasted life. Lightly falling through a whisper of sky. It's the weight of the world I know. As I struggle to be whole, it's the weight of the world I know. As you are mine, and we will find. Time will change, still the world remains the same. Time will change, still the world remains the same. It's the weight of the world I know. As I struggle to be whole, it's the weight of the world I know.
That was me. And
that was so cool.
yeah, that
That was a lot of you.
That was a lot of me.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Artie. Like there's a lot of Artie.
Oh, yeah, he does that stuff too.
He does that stuff too. So yeah, that was, it's that song meant a lot to me. Right after my dad passed away about 5 years ago. So, and that I love Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. So
Cool track, man.
yeah, that was I tried, but I want to get better.
Well, okay, we all do, and as a fellow musician, I'm always constantly trying to get better too. And when we took a break, of a cool dude from around the block, he's a celebrity drum coach.
Oh,
And it's not just about drumming anymore; it's about all kinds of social media and presence and stuff like that. And I was able, with Mario's permission, to get kind of a clearance to text this dude got his number,
Yeah.
all that
wow.
stuff that I
That's
can't
great.
share online.
Wow.
And I think he's going to join us for a little bit before Mario Calire comes back to kind of talk.
Maybe you can give him a call really quick.
Well, no, I already texted him. He's ready. I sent him the link. Everything's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think you can probably maybe call him.
Oh, all right. Let me
just
see.
Get him
real
on.
quick.
Get him on the horn here.
Yeah, he's really fancy, so I'm not sure if he does his own calls. He might have somebody do that for him, but let me double check.
Okay. Okay.
He doesn't even have a name. That's how famous this guy
Oh
is.
wow. He doesn't have a name.
Is he like a symbol, kind of like how Prince was?
Prince.
I only know him in my phone as celebrity drum coach. So
Oh.
let me check in real quick.
Okay.
Let me
give
just
him
see.
a call.
I think he's good to go, but he gets
Okay.
really busy very
Do you
quickly.
think he'll come
Okay.
on
Here
the show?
we go.
No, he told me we're good to go.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay.
No, he has like 12 minutes.
All right.
All
You're
right.
Yeah.
calling him right now.
Yeah, I got to Venmo him though.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can
Let's-
take it out of the show budget.
Let's see if we get him on the horn here. And
Oh, wait, hold on. I think, hey,
who
you
is-
got me?
Oh, you got him on the line. Oh,
Hey, man. So thanks for agreeing to be a part of this little TV show.
wow,
and
dude, you.
share some of your knowledge. You're good for it? We can go
That's
live.
amazing.
Yeah, as soon as the PayPal clears.
Okay. Well, it's coming. No, it's actually Venmo and PayPal.
Did it clear yet?
I sent a PayPal. Joe did a Venmo, so hopefully that'll cover all your
Did
fees.
it clear yet, Joe?
Well, and I think maybe your OnlyFans is going to start popping off pretty hard.
Oh.
As well.
He has an OnlyFans.
Oh, let's do it.
You
All
know
right.
what? I think we got him.
Let's
we got
go.
him on the line. This is the celebrity drum coach, everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us.
I've seen this guy on Instagram. I
he's-
can't believe we have the real
He's
one
really
here.
popular on Instagram, and I just can't believe we got celebrity drum coach.
I told you I know all the people.
Damn,
Yeah.
Joe.
You're so connected, Joe.
I know.
How do you do this?
I'll make it happen. That's what
That's
I
why
do.
we
I
have
was
Joe.
going to say thanks for having me, but I'm just going to say you're welcome for me being here. Now, as far
Thank
as
you, yeah.
as far as your performance,
Yeah,
you want-
Yes.
I
Let's
need
get
some
into
pointers.
it. Let's go right into
Okay, so-
that.
Yeah.
I noticed you're a multi-instrumentalist.
I try.
That's great.
I try.
It doesn't matter if you're good on any of them.
Okay.
Put them all on your bio that you do everything.
Got it.
People will love you and people will hate you. You can't control that, but it makes you look cool.
Okay.
One thing that didn't make you look cool is in the video when you were playing drums. You
Oh.
had some janky ass iPhone headphones.
Oh.
That shit is not cool. You need to get some professional recording headphones if you
Okay.
want to be big time. All right, Bryce? So that's an investment. Don't worry about your drumming. Nobody cares.
Okay.
You kept the beat fine.
Okay.
You got to look cooler. Number one.
I got it.
Number two,
hard.
you might want to. This is a little personal.
Let's
You got
lay
a
it on.
bandana on. You're rocking a bandana. You know, what's the guy's name from Poison? You're not that guy, okay?
Vince Neil. Vince,
No,
you're not
that's,
Vince Neil?
Brett
No,
Michaels.
Oh, Brett
Brett
Michaels.
Michaels,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I know
Talked
my
about
hair
Vince
bands.
Really hot, okay?
Talked about
He can
Vince
do that. You're not as hot as Brett Michaels.
It's true. It's true.
I'm almost as hot as Brett Michaels, and I don't even do the bandana.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
So what I'm getting at, this is a little personal.
Okay. It's fine.
When you go get the headphones, you might also. Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yes.
They have some good wigs on there.
Oh,
Oh, wigs. Okay.
It's really worked out for me. You might want to check it out.
interesting.
Okay. Doesn't look like you're wearing one, but that's fine.
I can't go too deep into the instruction and the life coaching until
I was.
money comes through.
So you're a life coach too?
Well, it's all the same, man. If music is going to be your life, then you need someone to show you the way.
Oh.
Wow. And where do you find
That's
the
crazy.
balance? Where do you find the balance between life coaching a client and drum coaching? Or you said it's all the
just about
same.
how much money I can get from the client.
I see.
Oh,
and
okay.
If I think that they're loaded, I might try to incorporate myself in more of their life.
Okay. Do you think I can maybe take some lessons?
No,
Damn it.
because I think that you have potential, but that I asked you guys for some Venmo and it didn't come through. This is more as a favor to Jose, or what was the Joseph, the red guy, I did a
That's Jose.
I did a Steel Panther gig with him in like 1998.
yeah.
Oh,
2000
sweet.
something.
Those guys
And
rock.
I don't even know why he still has my number, but he somehow roped me into this. So, you know, the answer is no, not yet. I mean,
Not yet.
I'd be happy to work with you if the money was good.
Okay.
So I'm a big fan, and I've seen all your videos on Instagram, and I've heard you say this a couple times. You say that you really need to put shit on your drum kit. Is that something you think Bryan needs to do as well? Would that help him out?
No, you know, you yeah. See
a
that
good
that
point.
one I do give away for free. So Bryan,
Yeah.
that's already out there in the world. I don't want to give away all my secrets, but yeah,
Right.
a fundamental truth of being a drummer in the year 2021 is accessorizing your drum set. You know, like I want you to accessorize your head a little more with maybe some headphones. Same kind of idea. You need to get some like bells, all kinds of shit. Put them on your hi hat.
Oh.
I like that.
You know, people say less is more.
Uh-huh.
That's the old way.
Oh.
That's not the new way. More is more.
More is more. Okay.
More is more.
So could you
So,
play?
Like, yeah, this
oh,
is a really
sorry.
big tambourine with a lot of these jingles.
Oh, we have.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere. Like to put that on my crash cymbal. It doesn't sound good at all. But when you hit it, it looks cool because it's really big and it's right by your face, so people will always see it. Drummers will like it.
Well, I'm no drummer, but I thought that looked cool. Is there an easy way to demonstrate that beat without like, you know, getting charged residuals, like just like 4 bars?
I don't know, man. It's really about the looks.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah.
the kids these days, they don't even know what they're listening to. You just have to make your kid look cool, and you got to make yourself look cooler.
oh.
Okay.
So
And
you don't
then-
you don't have to play that much.
No.
It's just
no.
about looking cool first.
Shit.
And then putting shit on your drums, and
Yeah.
then Venmo, right?
I mean, really, just being relentless with your self-promotion.
And how do you
Okay.
do
Not
that?
have
What?
any shame in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
You know,
your?
I like to say, you're either shameless or you're fameless.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's a good one.
That should be a bumper sticker.
or a .com or something.
Or a shirt. I don't know.
So
Shoot.
if you feel shame when you put yourself out there a lot,
Mm-hmm.
have fun.
I put that out there a lot, even right now.
Maybe that's why I'm not
Yeah.
driving a Bentley yet.
No, you really
Damn.
sounded good, man. I'm a little jealous because I can only play drums.
So
I wish I could play guitar and bass and take advantage of cheap child labor like you did in that video.
It
I
was.
haven't figured all that out yet. I just play drums, but you've got a lot of things going for you.
Thank you.
You don't just play drums though.
If you
you're
could get
a
them-
coach.
If
The
you
kid-
could get them,
The little people, yeah.
if you get the little people trained up on some of the other instruments, then
Yeah.
maybe you could get good at one of them instead of just being okay on all of them.
Oh, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. That's why I had kids actually, because I can't do it all by myself. I need to have like more of me.
well, and also
That's a great reason to
Question
make more
mark.
babies. Yeah.
Okay, another piece of advice.
Oh,
One thing
yeah.
I found out at Hollywood.
Oh,
Oh.
I love
If you want
Hollywood.
to blow up in Hollywood
Yeah.
as a musician, have you ever been to rehab?
Yes.
Okay, so you're more than halfway there. You just got to go to some meetings in Hollywood because that's where the deals are done.
Oh.
If you're a boring guy that never got down to the bottom and had to go to some rehab center,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to make it.
I
All the
agree.
dudes
Yeah.
who are producing records or playing on records, they all know each other from rehab or from meetings.
Mm-hmm.
that's
So
smart.
don't just go to the meetings around here in Ventura. Go to Hollywood and just, I didn't know, I don't want to name any names because it's anonymous, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that so-and-so was going to be here. How random. You
That's
know?
a great idea. Actually, I hadn't thought
That's
of
a
that
really good
one.
idea.
So,
Important.
do
you
you,
should try rehab, Joe. You're due.
dude? I'm
due.
due for
Joe's-
sure. I've
Joe's-
never been.
Always due for
You're,
rehab.
you're due for some rehab from the UV exposure.
Yes,
How come
and
Joe looks like he's been in Cancun for 3 weeks and you
think it's
guys,
the lighting.
other guys look like me?
I'm in. Well, I have been in
It's the lighting,
Cancun.
right?
Yeah, it's Cancun. Actually, I'm in
Yeah,
Cancun.
Joe has the Cancun filter on his camera.
You know, I
Yeah.
gotta go. You guys should try Mario in
Oh.
a bit.
Okay, hey, thanks for that,
Thank you,
and I
yeah.
hope that we didn't give
Demo
too
didn't
much
come
away. But thank you for what you do.
That was amazing.
and we really appreciate it. One day, maybe you'll play us a beat, but I don't know if we can afford you. But keep
Yeah,
inspiring
please.
the pros.
Inspire
you know?
the
One
pros.
actual, keeping it real though, Bryan.
Yeah.
When you're playing,
Mm-hmm.
Get those pinkies in, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm not holding the stick right. I know that. I know that.
Use all those fingers.
Yeah.
Rebound.
That's a really good.
One little buddy that you're not taking advantage of. He's your buddy too.
Yeah, because my arms get really tired really fast. But thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
And my arms are going to get tired really fast, and we're going to figure out what we're going to do. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to play some of your amazing videos while we get Mario back, Joe.
Yeah, I think he's coming back.
Yeah,
See if
we're
you
going
can get
to.
Mario back on the show.
Let me text him real quick and see.
Okay, we'll be right back after these messages.
That guy's a dork, but have fun.
He's difficult.
Okay, well,
very difficult.
Thanks for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank
That
you
was
so
awesome.
much,
Hey,
celebrity.
thanks, man. We'll
Celebrity
Venmo you.
drum coach, everybody.
Celebrity drum coach.
Okay.
Hey there. I'm unboxing today. I figured it'd be nice to do something for you. I could just open this box up like a normal person, but I'm seeing a lot of my friends doing these videos, and a couple of them even have gigs. So here we go. I'm going to be opening up some stuff that DW made me. They're the best. They make some really cool custom stuff. You know, the shells, they got like maple. Well, how'd you get in there? Don't worry about it. Well, I am worried about it. You should be worried about the metrics on your videos. What do you mean? Like my drumming videos have been getting easily like 1,000 views. My videos do way better than that. But that doesn't make any sense, man. You are me. Not exactly, man. I'm like the you that you wish you could be if you were me. This is too confusing. Yeah.
I didn't know that Mario knew the celebrity drum coach, Joe.
Well, I kind of know everybody, but
That's-
I try to keep it like anonymous. So yeah, no, that was interesting. I didn't know that he was like.
He knows him.
There's one thing you don't do to Mario is like yell at him and like lecture him about stuff. Just like let him do his thing.
Well, I think we.
So I don't know.
I think we got Mario back now. Let's. Let's check back and.
Hey guys.
Oh hey.
man.
Hi, you're back.
How you doing?
Oh, there was a little wardrobe malfunction here. Let me get my I had a shirt.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh yeah.
You did have a shirt.
That was an interesting segment. I just want to say, that guy was a little harsh, and
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
don't think he really meant anything by it. And
Did he though? I mean,
I kind of need the push to get better because competition around here is tough. There's a lot of great musicians in the Ventura area
there are.
that I'm learning about.
The only thing
there's no
I
competition.
question.
You're just trying to be the best you can be.
There you go.
Yeah. Do you
Don't listen
agree
to the
with?
drum coach? He's got it all wrong. Got it all wrong. Everything except maybe the thing about the pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the bandana? Do you agree with that comment as well?
Oh, bandana.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean he's looking sexy.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Well,
See, I think the bandana kind of works.
But I think the mullet man just is a big promoter of wigs in general.
Yeah.
oh, okay. He's like the old constitutionalist in
No, for
he's
real, though.
the wigs, like with the
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
I don't know how I make this full screen again, but I. Oh,
Did
well.
we lose you on the share?
No, I'm here. I just I don't know how to use Zoom because I'm not professional.
Well, that's why you hired the drum coach, right?
Yeah, that's the only reason I see.
I was just gonna tell you guys about the whole reason why I started doing that.
You were doing that? No.
Wait a
get
minute.
That was you. I thought that was like a first
Get
cousin
the
or something.
hell- That is amazing. I thought that was your brother, like a twin or something. Good
Can
Lord.
you guys tell? I'm sorry to interrupt the flow. Can you tell me how
Sure.
to make it full screen?
Let's see. We got.
What do I do?
Are we sharing it properly?
No, it's me. I pressed something.
Check your Windows.
So there should be. Is it up at the top of? There's like a.
Are you using a Mac?
There we go. Thank you.
There you
Up
go.
at the top. Shayna wins.
See,
Okay.
this is
So
why we
here's
have
what
Shayna
happened.
on our show.
Here's what's- like, we all have our own relationship with social media.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm reluctantly on there. I think it's just we're all expected to be. And some people are just, as you know, like, it seems like a lot of the worst behavior is the most rewarded.
Yeah.
You know, people who are just relentless with it.
We've seen that over the last 4 years.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, like, well, I don't really want to do that. Also, like, it's a little bit weird when you're just on there as you. And what I'm getting at is I'm not selling, like, I'm not running a business. I'm not running like Mario's hardware store.
Right.
I don't have a specific product to sell. You know, I like if I had a CD out, or a number of my friends have legitimate instructional courses and they're great.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, just to shout out my buddy Dave Elich, he was a drummer for the Mars Volta for a while.
He's Bill Burr's drummer.
John Bailey, he's a drummer for Father John Misty. He's got a great course on recording.
Yeah.
Like, I clown on instructional courses when I do the drum teacher guy, but there's some good stuff out. There's a lot of nonsense out there too.
Have you ever reached out to? Sorry to interrupt. Have you ever reached out to Bill Burr to be on the? He follows you on Instagram. Did you know that?
He's actually my buddy Dave Elich.
Yeah.
Is his drum teacher.
Is his drum teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're tight. And I think he probably just said, "Dude, look at my friend Mario. Look at the stupid shit he's putting up."
Oh my god.
And then I was actually scared shitless when he started following me, because I'm like, the pressure now, like, I can't put a dud up now, because I think he followed me after I posted the whole thing about cocaine. Like that's the video you should show. That's the postscript. But no, he's a great guy, and he's a really good drummer too. Actually,
Yeah, he is.
He's into metal. Like,
We saw him last year at the Bon Scott tribute that Dean Del Rey put on.
Oh yeah.
At the Avalon, and that was an amazing show. And
He's a really good drummer.
Bill Burr rips. I mean, he is just a great drummer. He practices a lot, and you can tell.
Yeah. He digs it. He loves the rock.
And I love his podcast too, because he has amazing musicians on. We try to feature that as much as possible, along with other comedians. But he obviously does his podcast solo. But from time to time, he has some great musicians that he's really fond of, that he's friends with or knows. It's just I've learned a lot from just listening to his podcast, as well as like what he's going through learning drums. And I'm like, well, I want to improve too, so I'm going to take these notes in my head and put it somewhere. But I love
he's a really clearly a very smart guy, and really funny, and he works hard at it. Did you guys ever watch F is for Family?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a great show. He's I've hung out with him just a couple times, because I've been at a couple shows that he put on, and he's just as cool as you would expect him to be.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually ran into him at the Wisdom when that was a thing in Hollywood.
Yeah, that was really cool.
There was
it was like I don't know if it's still there. It was like a pop-up in downtown LA where they do like all these really cool projections and music, and it's very
Stephen Perkins was playing.
Floyd-esque.
Yeah, Perkins had like a gig there, and
and he knows cool. Bill Burr knows Perkins. So him and Nia went out. This was just after the birth of their son, I believe, and this was like 2019. Ish, I think.
Before the pandemic.
Yeah, before the pandemic. And she was just like randomly standing there, and Sheena's like, because I've met him before at the Largo, and just a great guy. All I wanted to do was just tell him about my father, who was a DJ for 50 years on the radio in LA. But that's all I wanted to basically talk to him about. I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted him to know my dad. I don't know why. It was just a weird moment in history. But yeah, speaking of meeting people, now you were in the Wallflowers for a number of years. Did you ever meet Bob Dylan?
Yes, I did eventually. It's funny though, because the first time that when I was in the Wallflowers that we played in LA, I was given a heads up that Bob might come to the gig, and it was like, okay, don't be surprised if Bob is there. And we were playing at the Pantages, opening up for Chris Isaac.
Oh yeah.
And when I was told that Bob could be there, I wasn't super freaked out for whatever reason. I was like, okay, that's cool, because I was told that he would probably just mind his own business, and you might see him or you might not. Sounded like a very Bob kind of vibe. But then the next thing that I was told was, also Jim Keltner's going to be there.
Oh no! You set
And,
that up real
For those
quick.
of you, Joe knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Jim Keltner's like one of the greatest studio drummers and just drummers, period, of all time. He's played with everybody. So I was told Bob's going to be there, and I was like, that's cool. And then the next thing was Jim Keltner's going to be there. I was like, shit. Why did you tell me that? And then I know I'm getting away from your question, but it's pretty funny. So I'm playing the gig, and Joe will relate to this. If you're facing the crowd, but when you need something different in your monitors, it's one side or the other. So I was looking to my left at the monitor board, like I was on wedges, and I needed something turned down or turned up. And I looked over at the monitor board, and standing there, and Jim Keltner's famous for wearing these aviator chrome sunglasses.
Right.
I look over, and Jim Keltner's like this.
Oh man.
Looking right at me, not at the singer, not at the guitar player. He's standing at the monitor board, watching the drummer. And I'm like, oh, great.
Oh.
And then after the gig, he was like, hey, that was so great. I loved it. I love what you're doing with these songs. And
This is
buddies
Jim
with him. There
Keltner,
you
by
go.
the way.
Yeah. Jim Keltner.
The legendary.
Yeah.
Oh,
There he
killer
is.
drummer.
Yeah.
Wow. So he hit you up and said like, "Good
We
job,"
ended
instead
up
of
hanging
like,
out all night. Yeah, we ended up at Bob's Frolic Room 3, smoking the doob together. Like,
Dude.
Until we closed it down.
I remember that part of the story. I didn't know that was
Yes.
at the actual gig that you played.
Yeah,
I
it was right
remember
after
you
the
got
gig.
to
We
smoke
hung out all
weed with
night.
him. But yeah.
The story
Dude.
gets even crazier because he started telling me, like, he decided that I was cool enough to give all the secret info to.
Whoa.
And he started telling me, like,
The nuclear
listen,
codes?
You gotta listen to this record and this guy, and I'm all of a sudden I'm baked hanging out with Jim Keltner with his arm around my shoulder, and I'm trying to like scribble down, okay, and then listen to this song by that Purdy played on, and it was kind of not the normal stuff I knew. And I'm like, I gotta remember this. And then, so I thought, I'm taking notes. And it's literally on like a bar napkin or on a matchbook.
Yeah.
Of course.
Next day I wake up and I'm like, that was so much fun. And I got these great notes from everything Keltner told me. And I look at it and it's just scribble. It's useless. It's useless. Except one song, and I'll share this, is I remember he said, you got to check out Bernard Purdy on a song called With This Ring by the Platters.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
I know
for
that song.
a shuffle, it's one of the best shuffles he ever put down. He's more famous for playing on Babylon Sisters and Home at Last by Steely Dan. Those are like his
Yeah.
famous shuffles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about him.
Yeah. We,
Just
by the
last
Platters.
episode.
We actually talked about Bernie the last episode with
Sean Jones.
Sean
with Sean
Jones.
Jones, we were talking about the Purdy Shuffle. And it
Yeah.
came up and
We showed a clip.
yeah, we ended up showing a clip of Bernard like teaching it. Yeah.
Bernard Purdy. So it's funny, and we're talking about drummers a little bit, and you brought up Purdy, and maybe I did too.
Yeah.
Purdy was like Instagram before there was
Oh,
Instagram.
yeah.
He was the biggest hot dog.
Oh yeah.
You would have a sign. You guys probably already know this, but a lot of people might not. A literal, like, gigantic sign in the 1960s that would schlep with his drum kit that said, "You hired the hit maker" behind him.
Oh my God.
It's true. Yeah.
And you can look at pictures of Bernard Purdy, and you can find this sign that he had paid some sign maker to make and paid his Carter's company to bring it with his drums. I mean, the audacity of that. And yet, he
worked.
wasn't wrong. Like, he backed it up.
Yeah.
I
Oh
can't
my
think on
gosh.
that because he
Dang.
backed it up.
Wow.
I can
Yeah, here's.
hate on people doing all kinds of cheesy stuff
Let me see
that
if I
don't
can.
back it up. But it's like, you got to give him a pass. He
No,
did.
yeah. No, you
Was
thought of
the
it
hit maker.
first, right? Like, okay, you win, man. Like,
Holy
and you play with James
crap.
Brown and stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
you
is this,
win.
this is the sign?
Oh, you found it?
Is
He
this the
did it
sign?
again.
Yeah, look
Done
at
hired
that.
the hit maker.
Look
The
at
original-
that.
The little something.
Can-
What does
can
it
zoom
say?
in on it?
Old hit maker. The little old
Bang,
hit maker.
bang, boom. Pretty Purdy did it again.
Oh, man.
And you
That's
know what?
great.
That wasn't the only sign. There's bigger
There's
ones.
Yeah.
there's big, like,
I mean, I
almost
just-
He's
billboard.
pretty young in that one.
I
Yeah.
just scratched the
Yeah.
surface, but I mean, these are amazing.
Yeah, dude, he's too much, man.
Oh, my
And
goodness
the bass
gracious.
drum, Bernard, pretty purdy.
He's
Pretty
with the
Purdy.
guy from freaking what's that movie?
Oh, he's so great.
What is that? With Owen, not Owen Wilson.
I can't see it.
It's the high school movie. You know, the high school movie where they go and do the things.
I don't watch movies.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Dang,
failing.
that's pretty cool, man.
Damn. Okay, we're gonna skip that.
I went, yeah. The Hitmaker.
Wow.
I got to start doing that. You know what I realized, Mario? I need a celebrity music coach of some type to like
You
really
do,
get
Joe.
me going and like get my image going. And
Well, you spent so much money on that domain name, and you don't even have a website.
yeah, I know. It's true. I gotta figure that out. So I'm gonna channel my inner Bernard, and then I don't even know what that guy's name is that we were talking with. In my phone, it just says celebrity drum coach. So I don't know, but you know,
Yeah.
it clearly is working for Mario. It's good stuff.
Absolutely.
Real quick, man, do you
Yeah.
have what? Can you name a few things that you're working on right now, or is it all like super secret?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a good question.
I can't remember the name of it. I just did a few cues for a TV show that a buddy of mine is composing the music for. I think it's called The Moody's. It's like a
Moody's.
it's a sitcom. I'm doing a lot of people's solo projects. They send me their music and I play on it.
Yeah.
There's a project that I've been working on. It's coming out in bits and pieces, which is called The Expanders, and that is two other guys, Michael Jorgensen on keys and composing, and Isaac Koren on vocals.
Wow.
They're both in Ojai. Michael his day job is playing keys with Wilco.
Yeah.
Isaac is a great singer-songwriter. He's got a bunch of bands. He has a band with his brother called the Brothers Koren. But if you look up this, I did a whole record for that with them called The Expanders. It's not out yet, but that's one of the things that I've done in the past period of time.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And then you've done a lot of TV stuff too with like Lyle Workman and some of those guys.
Yeah, TV. You know, there was a show that came out. That was a few years ago. I did a show called Love.
Oh,
That
that's a
Lyle
great
composed
show.
a lot of drums on that.
Yeah. Mayans, FC.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They switched composers up after
I
the
know.
first two seasons, or the first season, maybe 1.5.
Two.
But I played on the theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had some music together on that.
Yeah, Mario and I got to work on that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
So Mario, before I know
Yeah,
you've
we
got to
have some-
go, but
We got time.
one
Okay.
other question that lovely Shayna has for
Don't make him feel awkward.
Okay.
Well,
Well, so we've actually asked a lot of people this question this week. So we've got this thing out on Facebook right now, and we've got it where people can call in and leave us a voicemail, and so we want to hear about some of your really bad first date or like really bad date stories. So we've got people calling in to the show. I was wondering.
Wow.
I was wondering if you
I got
you
one.
might have
Oh,
one for
geez.
us.
I got a good one.
Okay.
What's this?
Let's hear it.
That reminds me. So before I met my future wife, I was in the Wallflowers at the time. I'm going to say probably like 1998, so quite a while ago.
yeah.
I met some gal and got her number. I don't even remember where, maybe in LA. And we said, well, let's hang out sometime. So also at that time, a good buddy of mine was playing in the Smashing Pumpkins. And this was like a weird era. So this part is important to the story. This part of the setup here. Smashing Pumpkins, it was like Jimmy Chamberlain had left the band and they had Kenny Aronoff, who dude, Bryan, you should look up a picture of Kenny Aronoff in the Pumpkins because you got to show what he looked like.
Yeah, you got to
It's
show.
kind of important. Now,
And he
I just
still
wanna
looks
say,
that.
Kenny
like
Aronoff
that.
is a great guy.
Yeah.
I've hung with him a few times. He's an incredible drummer. I didn't think he was the right guy for the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, I like
been a
Jimmy
weird
Chamberlain
era
so
for the
much
band.
more.
So they had the original bass player. Her name was Darcy at the
Darcy,
time.
yeah.
And the guitar player James Eha was still there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that's where we're gonna get. That's where we're eventually going. So I asked this girl, "Do you want to go see a show with me?" Like my buddy invited me to go see him playing with the Pumpkins. It was at the Universal Amphitheater, which is now
I was there.
Dude,
I was
okay,
at
so-
that fucking show.
So now, as you know, like Universal Amphitheater, which was one of the great LA venues,
Oh
is
my
now
god.
like a Harry Potter ride.
Yeah.
They just tore it down so they could make money. So
Yeah.
that's capitalism for you.
Yeah.
So I went to. She said, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." So whatever. It's Friday night. I'll come grab you. So I go to her place in Hollywood. She's living in some crazy house with a bunch of people. And I didn't really know this girl. I just thought she seemed cool, and we hit it off in our short conversation. So okay, we'll have a date. Meanwhile, first of all, never take someone to a concert on a date. On a first date.
Oh, okay, that's good.
You're not going to talk to each other.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Okay. It's no way to get to know each other. Now that wasn't going to happen anyways, because when I get to her house, she's like, "Hey, I'm taking this stuff. Do you want to take some?" And it was like shrooms and ecstasy and
Oh, no.
no, I'm good. I'm driving. And,
Oh no.
doing that shit. And I'm like, should I just call it off right now? I'm thinking. And she's like, "Okay, let's go." And I'm like, well, maybe she's a real experienced drug user. And this is not a big deal. This is just another night.
Oh my god.
I can already see the writing is on the wall, you know. So
Oh boy.
Holy crap.
we're not even to the venue yet, and she starts like she's getting high, like way she's out there. So we get to our seats.
Sorry, here's a Kenny Aronoff and Billy picture
Yeah,
here.
this is later. Yeah, this is
I
not
don't-
when he. This is way later. We're talking in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't
This is-
see any pictures of him in the 90s.
Look, it was on the Adore tour. If you look up. But
What is
anyhow,
it? Okay.
Yeah, keep it going though.
Keep it
'cause
going,
I feel
keep it
like
going.
Kenny's gonna
Okay.
come back to this.
so anyhow,
story.
Yeah.
we watched the show, and she is just high off her ass.
Oh
I'm
my
basically
God.
babysitting her. I'm thinking like, how am I going to get her from here to the car, and from the car to her house, and make sure that I at least handle that.
Wow.
Oh man.
That's a crazy.
So now, the concert was. I'm sorry if you like the show, Brian. If you're at this one, the Adore tour, it was one of the worst concerts I've ever seen.
Yeah, it
So,
was. It
first of
was
all,
actually really bad.
half the show is Billy Corgan berating different members of the band.
Oh
Yes.
no. Yeah.
Stops the songs and takes long pauses, and he's going
Yep.
off on Darcy, saying what an idiot she is in front of a packed LA crowd, which is
Wow.
all the industry people, of course. That's how LA gigs are. And then he starts going in on James Eha, who's the guitar
Oh,
player.
be
And
nice.
James Eha is this like, if you guys, if you can
Oh.
picture his body language, he's got the hair in his face, and he's kind of playing.
Yeah.
He's kind of like this like very soft spoken. You could tell this guy's a gentle soul. I don't
yeah.
know the guy,
Yeah.
but he seems like a sweet, kind, slightly inhibited type
Right.
of personality, and he's just getting brutalized
Oh
by
man.
Billy Corgan,
Wow.
like terribly. And I'm going, you know when you're in a situation that's so dysfunctional, you start to feel like you're part of it, like you're like, I'm not the abuser here. Why do I feel like I'm partaking in this? Complicit.
Wow.
That's the word.
Complicit.
You start to feel complicit. So that was my worst date ever. So
Dang.
Wow.
I got out of there. I got her home safe. There's nothing more exciting that happened, but I just remember it was like the worst concert ever with a date from hell that was just like tripping balls.
First date. First
Couldn't
date
hold a
doing that.
conversation with her.
Wow.
So did you
Crap.
did you end up reconnecting with her later for maybe like another gig or
No,
something?
there was no follow up. It was like
On
that
either
was
side.
absolute. How could you think that was appropriate to just go out with some dude you just don't even know and just gobble a bunch of drugs? Like, God bless her. Hopefully, she's in a better place now. She was in a weird place.
Yeah.
That's Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah.
Years late. Now this relates because Billy Corgan is. I'm sure he's doing better now too. I heard from my friend that was on that tour, who is no longer with us anymore, rest in peace, that he was abusive to everyone, and that it in the future at some point he apologized, like made amends, and said that he was in a super bad place, and he realized that it wasn't cool.
Yeah, I've heard that too
So
from
he
some
had
guys
some-
that work
he had
with
some
them. Yeah.
self-awareness about it.
He was on Joe Rogan, I think, 2 years ago, and talking about some of that, I believe.
Oh well, did he sound like he's?
I thought that was Stern.
No, he was on Joe Rogan
was he? Okay.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that from some homies that
Yeah.
have worked in that band before.
He
that
admits that. Yeah.
he was a little
Oh,
nicer.
well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
he's not the first one. It was just really sad to see it like
on stage. Oh
That's
my
crazy.
gosh,
That's
man.
kind
fucked
of a
up.
bunch of people.
Dang.
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought that story was going to go somewhere else because you had brought up Kenny Aronoff. I thought you were going to be like,
remember,
"Oh, I
no,
took
I
this
just-
girl," and then she like knew
And then
Kenny. Yeah.
Aronoff. No. I just remember that Kenny is known for hitting really hard, and he
Smashing.
Yeah.
he broke like multiple crash cymbals on a gig, which is, I mean, you have to be really.
Yeah.
He's buff.
A crash cymbal.
Yeah, he's a
It's
beast.
His tech kept replacing. I'm like, oh, there's another one that bit the dust.
Explosions.
Wow. So
Dang,
it's almost time. We got to let you go, I believe. But yeah, do you have any new music that you're working on? Anything that we can look forward to?
Is there any shows we can come out and see you at?
Yeah, I would love to come and see you.
Started booking shows yet? I'm not in the fully vaccinated. I just got my second dose, so probably in the future there will be. I don't have anything booked right now.
Oh, that's cool. You got 5G just like Joe.
Yeah, well, no, I got 10G now
You got
because I got
10G.
my second one. I had like one weird day, and everything's good now. So in a week or two, Mario and I are going to start a new band. We could call it like Dos Vax, or we'll think of names. I'll have my people email you. But
What if all the crazy people were right and they flipped some switch and then they started like mind controlling us?
Like an
Joe?
Order 66 on Star Wars.
What if they were right?
man, I would be fine with that as long as my Venmo went up. I'd be cool. Just like if I could mind control my Venmo, everything would be fine. So I'm good.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it, man. We'll go play some weird music and scare people.
Yeah.
That's yeah, this is amazing.
Hey,
Yep.
thanks, guys.
No,
I don't have anything that's coming out. It's funny being a drummer, and Joe knows being a backing musician a lot is you're really a facilitator.
Yeah.
I don't have my own project at the moment, but I really love fitting into what is needed of me in different situations. It keeps it interesting. I've spent time being in one band for a long time or another band, and after a while I get bored.
Yeah, that's
a great thing about jumping around.
Yeah.
Doing video work.
Yeah, it freaks you out, but it's fun. I really quickly one thing that I heard our buddy Andrew Sinowick say, who's like one of the most recorded guitar players, a long time ago, he said something to the effect of, doing what you do as a drummer or what Andrew does, like go listen to the Coco soundtrack or something. That's mostly him. He's on a million things.
He's on the Coco soundtrack
Yeah,
with John Baptiste and Trent Reznor and
I don't know who
Marcus
else
Ross.
is on it, but they're nuts.
holy crap.
Yeah, no, he's the one of the dudes, and he said, "I'm in the service industry," and I always felt
yeah.
that. And when I started hanging with Andrew a little bit, like connecting with that, like, yeah, that's what I do. I'm not like there to be me. I'm there to be what I need to be at that time, whether it's on a session or whether it's in a live situation and that kind of thing. So yeah, I feel you, man.
My dad's a great piano player, and he always
Yes.
told me that kind of same thing. And
Oh.
funnily enough, he did some like agency casual in LA years ago, like probably early '90s, and he came back from it. It was a gig where he got paid pretty good bread. It was like some banquet,
Wow.
and it was like a tuxedo type gig. Joe, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And he said he came home and he told me I must have been pretty young because I was still living at home. And he said, Mario, I just did this gig in LA, this agency gig, and the drummer was Vinny Colaiuta.
Oh goodness.
And I'm like, oh wow, who's like the greatest drummer?
Yeah.
And I'm like, was he great? He's like, oh yeah, he was great.
Wow.
And what he said after that was, a lot of people think Vinny Colaiuta is like the greatest drummer ever. He plays on lots of records. He plays on the award shows on TV. He does anything you could do as a sideman musician. And ultimately, he's still in the service industry.
Oh.
The top of, no matter if you're a backing musician, you're not like the star. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And really, that's a universal thing. I think that's what life is. I think we're all in the service industry. We're all here to serve humanity.
Nice. Absolutely.
Really, if you're not doing that, you're doing something wrong. You lost the plot.
What?
But it's easy to forget, I think, for people who are getting full of themselves.
Yeah, that's a cool story,
That's a
man.
good point.
I've
Very
heard
good
that,
point.
and a quick shout out. I know we got to go, but a quick shout out to your father, Jimmy Calire, who was actually one of my mentors when I started working professionally in small studios. He'd be on the gig, and I was like 16 to 18, terrified, super scared, like John Ferraro on drums and like all these kind of
Nice.
legendary dudes. And Jimmy would sort of pull me aside along with this guy, Ken Stange, who's played with everybody as well, and go like, hey, kid, like, relax a little bit. You're kind of the upbeat shuffle eighth notes are just pushing a little bit ahead. And listen to my organ. And Jimmy, for the record, is a killer piano player, organist, saxophone player, composer.
Yeah.
Like, he does everything.
Wow.
He played in America and like 9 million other things that
crap.
Mario would have to name. But he would like pull me aside and like pat me on the head as a kid and go like, chill out, man. And,
Dude, I didn't even know that, Joe.
oh
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. At Goldmine, mostly with Jeff
Wow.
Cowan and those boys.
Holy
A long. I got thrown in way too early, but those are the
Was it
guys that
usually,
helped
like
me.
Bob Nichols on drums, or who was it?
Yeah, Bob Nichols. What's the guy I just named? Now I'm forgetting.
Ferraro.
John Ferraro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just all kinds of people that I didn't know at the time, but now I know who they are.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just show up to the studio and be like, "Hello, let's play music," and they were like, "You're a clown."
You're a clown.
But it was always like Ferraro, or I tell the story. I learned to play good rhythm guitar and got hired for it for a long time, like acoustic guitar from John Ferraro, not from a guitar teacher.
Cool was that?
Because he was like, dude, you got to listen to my hi-hat and my drum, my snare drum. And you're like,
Yeah.
you're not listening right now. You're like just arbitrarily strumming, and would like sit outside and watch the chart with me. And I'm learning from this legend who's not a guitar player. He's a drummer. And as soon as I figured that out, my phone rang off the hook.
wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but Jimmy is one of those guys. And then I met Mario a long time ago, and we still almost like each other, it seems like.
Hey, now.
Here and there, you know. Sorry, I had to say
rad,
that
man.
though. Yeah, it's good times, man.
That's so cool. Before we go, I just want to mention one of my friends is an amazing drummer who's played with my band for about 10 years. His name is Mark Evangelista, and he got lessons in Chicago early on from Les DeMerle. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, he's an amazing
Legendary old school jazz guy.
old school
Yeah,
jazz.
jazz
I actually
dude.
caught him out here in Sherman Oaks at that jazzy bar on Ventura Boulevard that people play at. I forgot the name of that thing.
Not the big potato.
No, it was on
Vitello's?
It's blue something. Right?
Blue something.
Blue Whale.
No.
Oh, that's downtown.
Oh no, that's DTLA.
No, it's like on Ventura and
Blue
Van
Note
Nuys.
or something
Blue
like-
Note,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
yeah, it's a tile store now.
yeah. They used to have like a restaurant or something like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I caught him and caught Dave Weckl in Hollywood. That was an amazing show. But yeah, he's from Chicago, and he got lessons from Les DeMerle. And yeah, just quick shout out to him and lots of love. But yeah, that's about it. So Mario, thank you so much for joining us
Yeah,
tonight.
guys.
This
It
is
was
such
fun chatting
amazing.
with y'all.
This is great.
This has been such an amazing time, and we absolutely loved talking to the drum coach.
I think he was a little harsh.
The celebrity
so
drum
on
coach.
I need to apologize on his behalf because he was kind of rude. But
Well, that's
fine.
kind of his
you
style.
sound
It's his
great.
style,
You did
yeah.
a great job on that.
It's
yeah,
his style.
no, I wouldn't apologize for him. I mean, he's unapologetic, and I think that's part of it. Like, Brian's
owns
going to
it.
work on
Yeah.
it. I'm going to go
Yeah,
home.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
work
to
on
play
it.
my guitar differently. But, like, I'm going to call him. Like, he was nice enough to text me back, and we got him on the show. So I feel like if you keep cranking out the hits and he keeps yelling at everybody, we'll
Yeah.
keep getting better, you know?
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mario, for joining
Yeah,
us.
guys.
Mario
Thank
Calire.
you.
Thank
we
you.
look forward
to see
to
you
the next
soon.
time. Yes,
Take
absolutely.
care, everybody.
Okay.
Thanks, brother.
later.
Take care, man.
So we've got some music that we're going to play during the short break. We'll come back in a little bit, but this is the Spires,
Oh,
everybody. This
I
is
love these
Suburban
guys.
Eyes.
Summer
Okay, everybody, we're gonna. I'm gonna selfishly play a track here as we are still taking a break. We're still taking a break, but I'm gonna selfishly play a track from one of my songs, so we don't get copyright infringement. This is a single that I produced in 2016, and it is called Valhalla.
I see a little more in you. I see a little boy, it's you. Love your woman, you got a son, I do. Love your woman, you got a gun, I do. When you're alone, you got to keep it coming up if I'm down. Who do you turn to if you're running far away? I will know that I'll be sleeping covered up on the ground. Oh, this is what we started. Now here I lay. I see a little more, it's true. Love your woman, you want a gun, I do. When you're alone, you got to keep it coming up if I'm down. Who do you run to if the gun is far away? I will know that I'll be sleeping covered up on the ground. Oh, this is what we started. Now here I lay. Take me to Valhalla, take me all of the way. Take me to Valhalla, take me all of the way. Take me to Valhalla, take me all of the way. Take me to Valhalla, take me all the way.
Oh, thank you so much for indulging that brief break that we had to have. Whoops. without copyrighted music.
What
everybody.
is this music that we're hearing? That's pretty cool.
Oh,
what was that?
Joe's on. Yeah, that was my my single from 2016. It was called Valhalla,
really cool.
and
I don't think I've
wrote
heard
it.
that one yet.
Wrote it right after my father passed away.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's it's a really cool song, just about kind of like rebirth. And I just wanted to, like if just like that grief feeling. I'm not sure how many people out there have gone through a lot of grief, but I sympathize with you tremendously, because that is a difficult thing to get through. But it's kind of like a song about wanting to also avenge your someone else's death, and just try to figure out like what could I have done differently. Like that. I think that's a scary thought for a lot of people out there when they have a loss that's so close to them, and they're just like, what if I did this? What if I did that? There's so much recounting, and you kind of want to feel at fault for these things. But I try to just express that in a song.
Dang.
So you kind of, you're able to kind of work through your feelings through your music. It sounds like.
No, I'm not.
No.
No, I power through with less grace than more people.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, right? Like
you have to kind of just laugh about it eventually, but it took me like about 5 years before I wanted to do anything on the internet. That was the thing. I didn't want to be on the internet. I supported my dad's, social media, and that was just difficult.
Oh man!
And that's the thing I wanted to kind of just say. And this is our kind of our pre-show, after show, as you will.
Yeah, this is the after show. This
is the after show, everybody.
This is the
this?
local show roundtable.
This is the local show roundup.
Brought to you by Red Bull.
Brought to you by Red Bull, everybody. But yeah, the thing that I got from Brandon Salzer Brandon Salzer, when we interviewed him, he was a great guest. You got to check out that episode. That's episode 13, I believe. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he had just recently lost his father about a year ago.
That's
and he's just without giving away too much, he's just not ready to talk about it. And I totally sympathize with him, because that is a difficult thing to even want to be interviewed about, like, just so early on.
That's right. I actually reached out to Brandon. We're doing a new docuseries called Local Stories, and we've done 3 of them so far with some people in the community.
Recorded in the can.
And I'd reached out to Brandon because we'd love to do a local story about his dad. And,
he's been so influential in the Ventura area.
We will
with
do that at some point, and kind of like Bryan said, it's it's a process, and
Yeah, if they're not ready, they're not ready.
Yeah, I know it's been a long time for you, and it's still hard.
I wasn't.
So,
it's still hard for me to want to hear my voice. I think is the hardest thing, because I just there's some when I laugh, there's some times where I hear my dad and I'm just like, shit.
Wow.
Well, I think your dad would be proud what you're doing. You're effectively on the radio. You're following in his footsteps in many ways.
Yes,
and
we have a little following, and that's fine. And we just started. So it took Joe Rogan, I think, 500 episodes to get noticed.
That's
And
he's a comedian,
Joe too,
and I'm no one. So
we do have a Joe, and I'm working on getting as bald as Joe Rogan.
We have a local Joe, everybody.
Yeah.
And Bryan's working on getting as jacked as Joe Rogan. So.
Oh, dude. You do that, I'll just work on losing my hair. Yeah.
You did a good Jamie though tonight, I have to say.
Oh, the producing, as it were.
You were a good Jamie.
Yeah. Now we just need one of those weird psycho mascot stuffed animal things, and we'll be good to go. Or maybe that's the giant husky wolf dog.
Yeah.
We have a live one.
We actually have a producer, an assistant producer, everybody, who's eagerly he eagerly awaits Joe's arrival every time.
Yeah.
And he's on the team, and we just don't feature him because he's a little underage.
Just a tiny bit.
He's
yeah.
6.
Yes.
6 years old.
Yeah, we were doing some homework earlier, and then he was like, "You need to get to the podcast," and I was like, "Okay, fine, stop bossing me around. I'm the talent." And then the dog, I thought the dog was my boss. Somebody's got to kind of clear this up for me. But the
Yeah.
dog is like larger than the child,
Yeah.
who's a good-sized, healthy kid, and this dog is huge.
The dog makes everyone his bitch.
Yeah, that might,
Sorry.
I'm just
Well,
going to ride the dog home
is a-
tonight instead of getting an Uber.
That is a
Yeah.
technical term.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yes, in the canine community.
Right.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we're working for you guys. I got a lightning round for you all real quick since
Oh,
we're doing
okay.
this.
Oh shit.
Since it's a local show,
Right.
we don't have to do locale. Favorite eats in Ventura County? I've been wanting to ask this for a while and we haven't
Ooh.
worked it in yet.
Should we
Like current
I'm gonna
favorite eats.
should we pick a cuisine?
You know what? This is a chain.
Just pick your favorite thing.
Okay, this is a chain.
You can't pick a chain.
I'm gonna pick a chain
If it's your favorite, it's your favorite.
because they're not national as far as I know. I don't know. Toppers out here, everybody, is amazing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is so much. Whoops! It is so much better than
Well,
Thousand Oaks.
Yeah, Thousand Oaks toppers. Sorry, not as good as
Really?
Ventura and
Yeah.
Oxnard toppers. You guys have it nailed.
And
Yeah.
the rare occasions that we do buy Chipotle,
Chipotle.
it's been better. It's been
Chipotle
better.
is so much different
been better
over
out
the
here.
grade, guys.
Yeah.
So I
Quality.
don't recommend it.
That's a big chain. I don't want to recommend that, but local places.
You haven't
yeah.
been to too many, have you?
No, and I want to go to a lot of them. I want to go to all of them, all of the local places,
we can make that happen.
We could.
because we are the local show.
Not
Everybody,
the locale show.
not the local. We are ready to eat and ready to party.
All right, Miss Shayna.
Well, so
What do you think?
So I've been out of the local area for several years, and just recently moved back a couple months ago. And with everything being closed, it's it's kind of been hard to really get out and do anything really more than just kind of takeout. But the one, actually two restaurants I've been able to actually dine in at in the last year, and one was Casa Bella,
Yeah.
which I just adore Casa Bella. Everything they have there is just, it's like Mexican infused steak, and everything's got like a cool like little spicy like
Jalapeno vibe to it.
It's
Yeah.
like they do drinks with like a jalapeno flair, and they do everything. I've never had anything that I didn't like there. So big shout out to Casa Bella, and they've done something really cool on their patio. If you haven't been out there in the last year, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
But
Jan. Shout out to Jan.
yeah,
Casabella and her other spot, Prime.
Prime.
And they have similar menus, but they're different in vibe, and they are delicious. And it ain't no fast food. Like, be
No,
prepared to
it's
sit
not.
down, have some nice drinks, and
it's worth it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got to pamper yourself a little bit over there.
Yeah, you got to treat yourself,
Treat
as they say.
So the I
business.
guess the one place that I've taken you is Pirano's. We've been there
I
several
love
times,
Pirano's.
and they've had their outdoor patio open a lot of this time that we've been able to go to restaurants.
And Joe recommended an amazing sandwich.
You did.
That I ate, and I
Just a couple
thoroughly
weeks ago,
enjoyed.
right?
A couple weeks ago, yeah. It was just
was that the Italian?
that was the Italian.
It
Stallion.
must have been, and then you stole my
Was
idea.
that yours?
Yeah, so
Oh.
Shayna says Piranos,
It's a
and
pretty.
then I was going to do Piranos, and I've gotten a lot of things from them, but the Italian is nuts. It's so
Yes.
good. It's got this spicy thing. And then I was trying to figure out, like, I can make this myself and save some money.
Yeah.
No, I
No,
can't
you
at
can't.
all. It's not going to be as good, and it's going to
No.
cost me like $80 to figure out how to make a $15 sandwich.
Their-
And I like cooking, but no. So you
their
stole
bread,
my idea.
Their bread is really good.
Oh, and the olive oil and the just
Mm-hmm.
all of the, yeah. Jim Rice, everybody.
Yes.
Jim Rice.
One of my favorite things to get there is the charcuterie board.
Oh, that
Have you
is
tried
that
that?
is lovely.
No,
that
I
is
have not.
lovely.
It's got so many like interesting, unique things. Obviously, you've got like your regulars where you've got like your salami and your prosciutto and your cheeses, but then they've got some great different like kind of like a fruit jam, and you get like a honeycomb and different nuts, and it's just I don't know. I just love it.
Oh man. Okay, I'm in.
Making
Okay, so
me
we got.
hungry.
There's only
We're actually
3
going
of
there
us.
tomorrow.
Are
so-
we? Then I'm hungry.
Yes.
I didn't
Welcome
get the.
me piranhas.
I'll look for the email.
Why am I
on
ducking
that
like this? I don't know. I'm ducking like John Lovitz. That's right. That's the ticket.
2 out of 3 for Piranhas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was a great show tonight.
Yeah, it was fun.
Guys.
Thank you, Mario Calire. Thank
Mario
you, Celebrity Drum
Calire.
Coach.
So
Everybody.
you and Mario have a little history, right,
Oh
Joe?
yeah, that what
Yeah.
what is going on with that? I heard you guys were recording in touring together as well.
Yeah, we used to play with Sting a lot, and
Sting the Sting.
These
no, he
two-
was like a bee that like would just like it went to a wasp, like you can sting over and over. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. No,
we need to end this soon.
I
No,
know.
no, we don't. We're gonna go 2 hours, baby.
No, it's actually I've known Mario a long time, and I knew of him because I lived in the area and had heard such a great reputation about him and the Wallflowers in the kind of late 90s.
Yeah.
And I graduated high school in 1998, but I was always working, probably 96 on.
You're the same age as me then. You're 32.
Yeah, 32. Yeah, because I was 4 when I started working, so it's all
Right.
worked out
You're a child
mathematically.
actor.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were 4 when we entered college.
I did a little child acting actually with Mario Lopez, no joke.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out for me. I'm not good at acting, but I can kind of play a guitar.
Mario Lopez is the guy from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, with the dimples.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my acting coach.
What?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Get the fuck outta
No,
here.
I'm serious. I had to go.
Are you being serious?
I met him.
Dead serious.
Wait, okay, explain.
I met. It's irrelevant how I met him, but I met him.
Brian's met everybody.
No, I have not.
If you mention somebody's name, he's like, I've met him.
No,
It's not
That's not
surprising.
me.
He was a Hollywood kid. so-
Yeah.
I don't have any pictures of this. I don't.
Well, we
care.
didn't have pictures back then. We didn't
We're
have
about
some
to see his
iPhone.
Instagram.
Wait. We didn't have pictures back then. What are
Well,
you talking
You're
about?
like,
We had-
Mom, hold my giant phone that I don't own.
it's
Right.
not.
Like, you
It's
didn't-
not like you had to light the flash and then go. Pff, you
Well,
know,
it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't like I could take a picture of you right now and like
It
send
wasn't.
it
It's
to
accessible,
China.
right?
Yeah.
And like people didn't usually carry a camera with them.
No, that
No,
just
no.
wasn't.
We didn't even think about it.
Why would you carry a
Yeah.
camera when there's press? You know, like the
Yeah, we-
press. The press can obviously shoot this. They have professional. No, let me get it on my really shitty BlackBerry
Yeah.
in 2006 and just like
I
put
think-
that on the internet to live forever in infamy and just call my phone a potato. Potato.
So explain how Mario Lopez was your acting coach.
I want to
Joe.
know this story.
How did this happen?
Holy crap!
Very quickly, I was so I played sports. I surfed a lot. Wasn't that good at it, but I surfed hard and got pounded hard. And I was a decent waterman. And then I could go play baseball or soccer. And I played baseball for about 9 years. Soccer from, kindergarten
Yeah,
to
same here.
to my senior year and into club leagues and traveling
That's
leagues
why you're
and
still
all that
fit,
stuff.
dude. That's why you're still fit.
my legs look great and
I
my
know.
belly looks like a dad.
Same here, dude. This is the soccer. This is
So
what
that's
happens.
That's the explanation.
This is what happens when
No.
you do soccer. This is why everyone should be in everyone should get their kids in soccer so they don't become they just get a dad bod. They don't become like morbidly obese. They just get a dad bod. And that's fine. It's fine. Just get a dad bod.
Yeah.
You don't go over that.
Yeah, you got to do like 20 years of it though. So I had this sort of era where I was like playing some music, but mostly like it was soccer 5-6 days a week.
Yeah.
Almost year round.
Wait,
my poor mother.
Were you on a
Yeah,
club
your
team?
mom was
Yeah,
the
I
same.
I
You were on
played
a club team.
I played on 2 different club teams. I played.
I probably
for
played
the
you, dude.
High school.
I
played
probably played you.
ASO, and I played in the Hispanic leagues where I was one of maybe 3 English speakers.
Okay, I know the Hispanic leagues, and
Yeah.
they kicked all of us in the balls.
Yeah, I used to get in fights a lot. It was scary, but my homies had me, and they like knew how to. They taught
Really?
me how to cuss in Spanish.
Holy crap! This
Yeah.
is sorry. This is way off
Wow.
topic.
Well,
We
anyways,
had no topics, so it's all good.
Oh.
I'm
Okay,
leading up
there
to
we go.
Mario Lopez.
There we go. Here we go.
So I got to this point where I had to decide what I'm going to do. Like, do I keep playing soccer? I was going to go to UCSB and play soccer.
Oh, wow.
I was playing in bands and ripping and rocking and all that stuff. And then I kind of had some knee stuff. Then they wanted to, they needed to fix it essentially. And then I was like, I'm going to be an actor.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I went down, and I don't know if it's a scam or not, but it's like an actual talent agency. So I went through like all these auditions for the O'Brien Rotman, I think it was.
Hold on. Did you go to Did you get to a Scientology place?
No, I just went back to like normal church. I
Okay.
didn't need
because
it.
this has happened to so many celebrities, where they get in like, oh yeah, you need an act. Oh, come to this place. We got a great thing, and
Really?
we're gonna indoctrinate you on spaceships and aliens and
Which I would like, but this was just like a normal talent agency on like Beverly Hills Boulevard or one of those things. So I
Okay.
went and I did a couple of auditions and things, and then they were like, "We're going to sign you," and I was like,
Wow.
"What? Yeah, I know."
That's you just did a couple things and they're like, you're in.
Well, it was
Damn.
maybe 4 or 5 different like readings,
Right.
and I went home and
that's kind of like how you get on
good.
OnlyFans now.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that's how
You
you
just have to do a couple auditions and
right.
and then you're in.
No, it's actually easier. You just sign up for an account and take a bunch of selfies and then sell them to other like-minded people.
Well, you were.
Why aren't we doing
when,
that?
When
I'm
we
not
did,
sure why our business model is not affiliated with more money.
Wait a minute, that's a good idea. So
Why are we doing our passion instead of what we can for profit?
That's not a bad idea. Well, at the end of it, I got
We could be the local OnlyFans.
only.
only local fans.
Only. We're gonna cut to Joe, everybody. Joe, you got a
Anyways.
story.
Yeah, so Mario Lopez. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did Mario Lopez get into?
No one's
this?
watching. It's fine.
He was like hanging out. I don't know where he came
Really?
from. Yeah, no, he
Just
like
hanging
worked
out?
for them or he was representative. It was a big talent agency. And then he
This
was
is all
like,
for us, everybody.
Yeah.
We don't really care if you're listening or not. No,
Well,
we
and-
do. But follow along with Joe, everybody.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to be an actor. Yeah, I didn't really want to be one, but I was like,
How old were you at this point?
probably 17, 18.
Wow.
I was already working in music, so I
Yeah.
thought, well, maybe like acting is
That's the
a
next
good
step.
idea.
Well,
Yeah.
I think music and acting are very similar. I mean, you got to hit rhythms.
Yeah.
You got to hit spots. You got to hit marks. You got to hit. You got to perform. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's what it is. It's like just like a comedian, where it's all about timing. And Steve Martin has the joke like,
Oh, yeah.
I've always been bad about timing.
Timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an old show. Yeah.
Oh, dude. So, anyways, Mario, all good.
Yeah.
He was nice to me. We hung out a few times.
Yeah.
He still looks the same now, which I don't know. He gets
he
like
never ages.
weird injections or something. I have a Steve Martin story very quickly that's actually way more interesting
What?
How do we get from Mario Lopez to Steve Martin?
because Bryan said Steve Martin.
Magic. Magic of Hollywood, everybody.
Love you, Mario, but Steve Martin's way cooler. So
He worked at Disneyland. So
yeah. And he's a killer musician, which a lot of people don't know. And there's all these
and he makes balloon animals really well. too.
Yes. And he's kind of like Kevin Bacon. Like
We should have
everybody
him on the
knows
show.
him.
Yeah. What's his name?
Steve Martin. Yeah. I'll give him a
Steve
ring.
Well, if-
Martian or Martane?
Yeah. Well, and
If
I
he's
can.
on Instagram, I can set this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know celebrity drum coach.
I think
can
he's
just,
fairly
like,
new to
call
the
him.
acting game, but we'll try to get him on. You know.
We'll get him.
Well,
Yes.
hopefully he'll figure out what his special purpose is.
Yeah, we'll figure that out as soon as possible.
They're all different.
Yep.
So literally, this actually happened really quickly. So I show up to Capitol Records. You know, the
Right.
place looks like a spaceship.
I've heard of that place.
Yeah. And I was doing a session there, recording.
At
the-
Capitol Record, they have studios in that fucking building.
Yeah, lots of them.
Well, I mean,
What else would they
it
do
is a
there?
building.
They're down below, and you get name tags and everything. It's very fancy.
Wait, hold on. The studios are down underground?
Yeah, they are not.
They're not
above.
on the
No.
So the tops is like all executive, like
Yeah.
payroll, accounting, blah 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 blah, like all the way up, and then like downstairs.
I've never been up there. I don't know who runs that area.
Joe's only been down.
You're
I've
like
been
the,
down.
You're like the IT crowd, like working in the basement.
Yeah, that's where the studios are. It's crazy, and it's rad. And I found like the first or second time I went there, I found all the reverb chambers that are these like weird pipes that like that's like Frank Sinatra's reverb.
No way.
Yeah, they didn't like have a plug-in for that digital thing. They like it actually went all the way through this thing, got microphoned, and then bust in on a separate channel.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is how they did it. Elvis,
That's so
Sinatra, all those guys.
cool.
So I'd worked there a bunch of times, and I don't know what I got a call for. Some lady. I think it was like the only time I worked.
Lady.
Yeah. I don't remember. Amy something? I don't know. Played piano. And we were in the B room. And the B room's just awesome. Huge. I don't know if it's bigger than the A room, but it's big. And she wanted me to play some acoustic guitars and some banjos. And I was like, well, I don't really play banjo. But I have this thing that's like
guitar. I mean,
yeah. Well, I had a banjo, but like
shout
I'm
out to the local
better.
shop.
Yeah, I'm better at the one that actually is made of 6 strings and tuned like a piano.
Oh, that one.
Or I'm sorry, tuned like a guitar. So it's called a banjo-tar or a gitjo, depending on what you want to do it, or a 6-string banjo.
Oh.
But it's literally the same tuning as a guitar.
Yeah.
But, you only the first 3 or 4 strings are usable. So I'm playing this thing, and I'm like looking around the corner, like which session ace is going to come in, and like laugh at me because I brought this thing instead of like 9 rad banjos and like George Doring or some of these really fancy people. And I get through it, and they put you in these gobo things about maybe the size of this room, 10 by 10 or something. And I was doing overdubs, so there wasn't a band there. I'm playing all my parts, and I hear this voice come out of nowhere. And it was on the talkback microphone on the console, and it was like, hey, I heard a banjo. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I kind of know that name. And I'm just hired to be there in the service industry, like we were just talking about with
Right,
Mario.
you're just a waiter.
And
A waiter with guitar tunes.
Yeah, like I'm just doing what people tell me to do. So I look around the corner, and I can kind of see off to the side the big control room that's like the size of my house. Steve Martin.
Oh my gosh.
Steve Martin heard the banjo, or what should have been a banjo, but was a
Right.
fake banjo, and came in like because he's Steve Martin. He just like
He
walked
was
in and was
there.
like, "Hey, somebody's playing a banjo! Hey, woo!" Because he's a world-class banjo player.
Yeah,
Right,
he is.
right.
And then he pops into my gobo, my room,
Right.
and was like, "Hey, that's nice," or something. I was like, "Oh my god, it's Steve Martin."
Holy crap.
I was like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "That's not a banjo." No, sir, it's not. This is a gitjo. And he's like, "I got a couple banjos next door." I'm like, "What are you doing?" So he was in the A room recording with this giant orchestra with banjos for some film score. And after I finished my session, he invited me to go sit there. I sat there in the back like a scared little chicken and watched him like conduct and do all kinds of wild stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that was really embarrassing. I was like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Sir Martin. I've been faking it this whole time. And here's my banjo. It's not a banjo."
Wow.
That's so funny.
Sorry to be so long-winded, but
No,
you keep bringing.
You
say
are
another name. Say
No,
another
you
name.
are a long-witted feller, as
like
you described.
You've played with so many people, Joe. It's every time like a name will come up. And
Played guitar with so many
You've
people.
got a story, which
Thank you,
which
Bryan.
is awesome.
You're welcome.
So yeah,
For all the
it was great having you and Mario on tonight and kind of sharing some of those stories. And
that was a lot of fun. I gotta say, I was a little nervous at the beginning because I didn't. we had no pre-show. Everybody, we had no pre-show, and we wanted to do something fun for y'all. I said y'all on the West Coast, okay?
I say that every day. People. That's how to get people to stop bothering
And you say folks.
I'm allowed to say it. I'm an official Texan.
You say folks, and you do this with the folks. You do this,
Y'all.
folks. Oops. Folks, you gotta listen. You gotta subscribe. You gotta hit that bell, and you gotta like this video, because if you don't, We're gonna come and get you. I don't know how that works.
One way or another, we're gonna get you.
The lovely Shane.
Get you.
Get you.
I gotta go. Bye.
Oh, there goes local Joe, everybody. I've got a good. It's your local. You're the only. You're the only Joe that matters. Did you know that there was a recent there was a recent fight for a name for Josh?
What is a defined fight for a name? Like a fist fight or a
No, an
gunfight
an actual brawl.
like
With lots of different things here. We're going to show some of it here. This is.
Oh my gosh, what is this?
are those
Whoa!
pool?
Hold on. This is the wrong song for that.
That's a
one.
pretty cool song.
Nope.
Is that
Hold on.
Kind of like you.
I started that when I was not ready. But check this out. Hundreds of people in Nebraska, everybody. This is an ad for something that we're not promoting. And we're going to cut back to that while this finishes its job of making money for the American people. The American people. These are the people that we want to think of is the people that make these cars, not the people on top. The people that are in the factories working their ass off for this goddamn commercial right now.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of time on the YouTube, don't you, Brian?
No, I don't.
Are you sure?
Is that how you find
That
these
is not the
things?
right video. Hold on, everybody.
This is going to hell in a handbasket.
This is a live podcast. Hey. Okay, here's the broadcast of this thing here.
We're watching a broadcast
So,
on the podcast.
We are watching.
What is this that we're watching?
We're watching hundreds of people battle out for the name of Josh.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, there's. Oh, thank you, Uplift. Okay, that was a very short video. Here's the article.
Were they just
I don't
joshing
wanna
around,
fucking
or were they
turn on-
serious?
Okay, hundreds of people.
Don't josh me, man.
Jesus, the ads on this thing. Oh my God. CBS News. We got to have a talk. Okay? There's a lot of fucking ads on your website
So were
that
those,
we don't need.
Were those pool noodles that they were
They were pool
hitting
noodles.
each other with?
So on
Yeah.
April 24th, everybody, 2020, a man named Josh Swain messaged several other men named Josh Swain on Facebook. And he gave his fellow Joshes simple instructions precisely at 4/24/2021, 12 p.m. Meet at these coordinates, he wrote, sharing the coordinates for Lincoln, Nebraska. We fight. Whoever wins gets to keep the name. Everybody else has to challenge their name. You have a year to prepare. Good luck. So that was the and I know, Joe, that you have a very popular name.
Yeah.
Joseph. My middle name is Joseph.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
did not.
See,
know
you
that.
guys
There
have
you
a
go.
connection.
I did not know that.
Dang.
I bet you probably have
That
other
was a
connections you
Johnny
don't
Carson.
even know about.
I did not know that.
My middle name is David.
Really?
Yeah, we got a very
That's my middle name. No.
The lovely Shayna, everybody. Holy crap! You are better than any radio host, co-host, or
I'm the
any
hostess with the
whatever.
mostest. What
She
can I
is-
say? All
That's your next title.
all
The
this
hostess with the mostest.
experience in podcasting and AM radio. That's what's got me here to this
Yeah.
day.
That is
Yes.
that is the bread and butter of this industry.
Well, I'm the bread and butter. You're the secret sauce, and Joe is the.
He's,
redheaded stepchild.
we're gonna cut to Joe and
Boy.
we're gonna.
I don't know what I am anymore.
You are our favorite person.
It's because there's
Everybody
only
loves Joe.
3 of us. So, like,
Who, honestly, we can't take a poll because it would be too close. But who is your favorite person? Everybody, comment below.
I think Josh from the Pool Noodle Challenge.
I think Josh is the Eventually, there
But
was
which one though? Because
Okay,
they were all
well,
kind of fighting. Who ended up winning?
We
that?
ended up. There was a Josh that won, and I'll play it here. If
There was a winner.
it was a little kid.
It should be. I
It
feel
It was
like
always
a,
should be a
4-year-old
Yeah.
Oh.
named Joshua, and he won because fuck everyone else over 4. That's Josh.
Well, and also you can't beat up on a
Except-
4-year-old. So
Except Josh Adam Myers. We love Josh Adam Myers. Listen to the 500 podcast, everybody.
See, as a female, I don't know. It's hard for me to take a man seriously who calls himself Josh.
what if that's just your
And
name?
his name is Joshua.
Well, it's not your
But
fault.
I'm a Joseph, and I changed my
You don't
name.
go by Jose.
Joe.
Jose.
Joe.
I know.
fuck is a Jose?
I know, but that's
What
how,
the fuck is a Jose?
that's how Josh feels to me. I'm
Like
just
Josie?
saying, it just feels like a. I don't know. It's just a woman's perspective. I'm giving that, and I think
That's-
a lot of women
Really?
would
You know
kind
what?
of feel the same way.
We
Yeah.
need that more on Twitter, everybody.
Sorry, guys named Josh, but
Oh dang! I didn't know. Is
Wow.
that
So hold on a second. Hold on.
all right.
Hold on 1 second. Lead character role, big, was the name Josh. What's your opinion? Go.
well, he was a kid.
Fuck! Here goes my argument. God damn it! The lovely Shana, everybody. God damn it!
Oh.
How did that happen? I set myself up for that. Holy crap. He was a kid that got big and his name was Josh.
That's right. Hello. Point proven.
Okay, yeah, I'm out.
Fuck!
Then. Yeah.
Oh my god, how did I... That was seriously like me digging a hole and then just jumping into it.
Yeah, you kind of like on the way in, you
Made
like
it too
covered
easy for
yourself
me.
up with like dirt that you had put in nice areas before you got in the hole.
I'm
so
the
that you
worst
could-
host ever. Don't hire me if you're looking for a host. If you're looking for a performer that's like just wanting to go on stage and just make people laugh, like maybe I can do that for you. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm
It's okay,
I think
man.
you could- I
my
think you
my
could do
confidence
that.
is shaken.
See, I see you like I see you hosting like a comedy show or something, Brian. I really
Oh,
see
a
that
comedy
as,
show.
as being something that
Oh.
you could do.
Our producer is complaining that we're going a little long.
All right, no more stories.
you know
I only
what?
have like 4.
We're
so
we're almost to
Joe,
2 hours.
we need
guys.
more stories about Mario
My
okay, I got
ASAP.
one. I got one quick one.
ASAP.
All right,
Here
so
we go.
I'm a young up and comer. I'm 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there, and I'm getting calls for like playing things that it's not my band. Like, we're getting hired, and then I get a call, and Mario is on the gig as a drummer, and he's the drummer from the damn Wallflowers. I'm like, oh snap! And he's in Ventura, and I knew his dad, Jimmy Calire, a little bit at the time, not as well as I got to know him.
You mentioned that you'd played with him just a little bit when you were young.
Yeah, I got to play with him a lot, but this was sort of pre that. And so I show up to rehearsal, and I got my rig, got my loud amp, and all that stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to play with Mario Calire from the Wallflowers. And I can't remember who else was in
Fucking
the
awesome,
band.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to do something. And I was
And
like,
he's just a great guy in general, and just like a great guy to vibe with.
yeah,
I mean, honestly.
and
Well,
one of the
but you didn't
funnest
know
dudes.
that
But I
before
didn't
you
know what
met
to
him,
expect.
yeah.
Right.
And, I think a lot of people don't understand that a lot of what you hear or see in music, they don't know each other.
Yeah.
The Oscars band, yes, they've worked together, but they don't like have dinner together. They don't tour on a tour bus together. So you show up and you do your damn job.
Yeah.
And so I'm showing up and I'm like, I want to be professional. Doing my thing, playing my guitar
I like that. It's just like,
Is that how you play guitar, Joe?
I play
frantically.
Nice.
Yeah, something like that.
If you do that, if you don't hold up this part, it just looks weird. I mean, like if you're doing this,
What are you doing, Brian?
if you're just strumming, I mean, see, look at this. Now I'm playing guitar. Now I'm doing whatever the fuck. I mean,
Yeah.
like this just doesn't make sense.
So-
And
It
How do
gets weird.
you got to have both hands in there.
Well, you
Yeah.
it's economy of motion, and I think any good celebrity drum coach or guitar coach could tell you that.
yeah,
But-
I think our guest tonight could have taught me some of
Well,
that.
we only had limited time.
But I got the
So-
pinky thing, and that was huge.
No, it actually, the fulcrum is
yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there playing music with these people that I think were good. I can't remember. I know Mario was good. I can't remember who else was good. And he like leans over and he's like, "Hey, I didn't even know my name, like guitar player guy or something like that, like guitar man. Hey, like you're not cutting through the mix, like tweak your EQ, equalization on your amplifier kind of thing. Like there's not enough high
For
end
the layman out there.
and low mids or
Equalization.
something like that." And he was kind of like a little forceful, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm getting yelled at by the Wallflowers."
Were you scared?
Yeah, I was terrified. So I know we did a rehearsal, and that really helped actually. And he's working with all these great guitar players that like, it doesn't always sound the way it should,
Right.
kind of thing. And then we did a gig. I think the first time I ever played a real thing with him was at Ventura Theater in Ventura.
Oh, interesting.
California.
Ventura Theater is in Ventura. That's really cool.
I know, it's weird. Yeah.
So weird.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, a Ventura Theater. And then, so I'm like, by then I was pretty comfortable and like everybody's vibing. And I don't even know what the gig was. It was some kind of thing.
You're just a musician.
Yeah. And then I did the dumbest thing ever. So I'm like, dude, I'm hanging out with Mario Calire. This is really great. I think I've made it kind of thing.
That's
Like,
what you thought.
yeah. I was like, dude, I'm hanging out with the dudes.
That's
'Cause
what I thought right before this interview.
Yeah.
Actually, I was like, "Oh my god, we got Mario on him. We made it."
Brian
But-
was a little starstruck.
But we have not.
Well,
But we thank Mario for so
Yes.
much coming on because he is absolutely hilarious. But
yeah, but
please go
here's what to not do
Yes.
when you play with celebrity rock star musicians.
on. I would like to know that.
I
I
need
was-
this advice.
I was getting
Yeah,
used to
we all
this.
do. We
yeah,
all
no.
do. Yeah.
Please pay attention.
Here we go. This is the Joe talk, everybody.
The don't do this.
The
talk.
Joe.
Yeah.
This is not the TED talk. This is the Joe talk.
Yeah, so I'm comfortable. We got through our rehearsal. I got a little bit chewed out, but it was like really constructive. Then I get to the sound check, and then I guess we're doing a gig or in between it or something. I don't remember exactly, but at the time there was this guy who's still one of the most recorded drummers ever that wasn't mentioned tonight. His name is Matt Chamberlain.
Yep.
And
Oh my god, I know Matt.
and he had played
Not
on some of
personally.
the records that Mario was working with and all that. And I was like,
He was huge in the '90s.
he's still
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
Played
does
on
a lot
everything.
of stuff. And I did the dumbest thing ever, and I was just a kid, and I was still kind of making small talk, and I said, "Hey, Mario, like, like, do you want to be the next Matt Chamberlain?"
No, you said that to him.
I did on a gig. It like
Matt Chamberlain.
yeah, and he was like, "This is Mario in a nutshell." No, man. I am the Mario Calire. And I was like, oh shit, I'm going to go to the dressing room and just like die.
So
I didn't
funny.
realize what a dumb question it was at the time because I was just a kid,
Yeah, you,
And they-
you ask a lot of dumb questions.
Oh
when you're
my
a kid.
God. I still do now.
That's why we are all kids eventually.
Somehow he
And
forgave
always,
me.
always.
We still play music together, but
Wow.
it took a while. I did like pay him a lot of money to forget that one. No, I didn't.
Did a Venmo a lot of.
Yeah, it was a lot of Venmo to his life coach. It's weird. It's like,
I know. Before Venmo
Yeah.
existed, it was weird.
yeah.
Back then, it was a weird time where, MapQuest controlled everything. So you had to Venmo people through MapQuest, I believe.
Like what was it called? Like a
What?
check or something. And you had to like,
Yeah.
address it.
You had
and
to
then, like,
make out an address and like
person.
you had to like write down
Yeah.
the address of the person and then like send a mail and it would eventually get to them after like a few days, and that was a
Yeah.
weird thing.
Thanks for
And
that history lesson,
do
guys.
you remember this, everybody? There used to be phones on walls. Remember that?
I still have one.
Do you still have a phone on wall?
I do.
You have a phone on wall?
Literally, I have a phone on my wall at my house.
I call it a phone on wall, everybody.
Does it work?
I don't know.
No, it's
How do you you not know?
I never picked it up.
Okay, Joe. When you go home tonight, you must.
Maybe
You might
we'll
want to pick
check
up your
the
phone on the wall.
phone.
I'm gonna. That's the new thing. It's,
Wall phone? Is that
No,
what you call it?
no. We're not going anything with the Wallflowers reference at all.
Oh, I didn't mean it like
we
that.
are. Of course you did. Of course you did, Joe. No, it's the phone on the wall. That's what we're going to call it.
All right.
And if you have a phone on the wall, please call this number, everybody.
Through your phone on the wall.
Please call this number through the phone on your wall. We want to hear the static and we want to hear the dial tone. We want to make sure it's real, and we want to make sure that you do have a phone on the wall. So please call that number and leave a message and just please say you have a phone on the wall. Sheena.
Oh, no, I'm just curious. So is yours one of those rotary dials, or is it like the actual push button?
Yeah,
That's a good question. So
you don't know because you've never used it.
No, years ago when I was a child, I bought one of those phones, like the ones with the rotary, like an actual payphone, and the guy had broken off the lock, and I could. A payphone.
Payphone?
Yeah, I know. The kids don't know what those are. You know, the huge phones that weigh like 40 pounds.
Why would you buy a payphone?
I don't know. I was kind of balling when I was 10, and I was up in. Yeah, my mom stole us and took us to Pismo Beach for something, and I found us like a fancy secondhand store.
I'm so confused at this point.
Yeah, I bought this.
You have been around the world.
Yeah, I've been to Pismo Beach and everything.
Our producer again is making complaints that we're going a little long.
We are,
but
okay.
we are having so much fun, and we hope you are too.
I know, guys.
I'll send you a picture.
All of our one viewer right now.
I'll send you a picture.
That would be great.
Yeah,
that'd be
we'll
great for the clip.
get some.
That'd be great for the clip.
Yeah, it's not a payphone anymore. It's
Yeah.
got the big numbers, like the big.
Oh, interesting.
I love those
Very
big
fancy.
numbers. Holy crap. Speaking of big numbers, Shayna, what do we got coming up in the future?
Oh, guys, we've got some great guests coming up, starting off a new month. So next week, we've got Jason Artisoni. You know him as Artie.
Artie.
He's going to be
There
joining
we
us
go.
on Thursday.
Love Artie.
We've got Craig Kasamas with
No way, really?
Right.
I didn't know that.
The Heavy Metal Podcast.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
I'm
Yeah,
so
coming
excited
up.
for that one. Yeah,
And-
we mentioned him in I think the first couple episodes, and
We
I
did.
forgot to pronounce his name correctly, and you guys corrected
That's
me.
why I didn't remember, because you were like
So
you were saying
I
some
talked
other
to
weird
him
name.
yesterday, and he's got an interesting update. He said it's just now him doing the podcast. So John Scheimer wanted to focus on the restaurant, and so it's just him, which I think is great. He's keeping up the passion with that, and so we're going to get to talk to him about the podcast. We're going to be on a podcast and talk to another podcast, so that's kind of cool.
Wait, that's kind of like
What is that?
That's kind of, as they say on TikTok, inverted.
That's us.
Do they?
Is that what they say?
I've learned that.
Oh. I'm not on the top.
I'm trying to learn as a 32 year old person,
Yeah.
which we all are on this podcast.
Yeah.
We try to appeal to the younger generation because I mean, who's hipper than that? I mean, like, we are the best podcast in Ventura County, and you gotta listen to us. You gotta subscribe. You gotta follow and click that like fucking
The TikToks.
Yeah.
And things.
So
TikToks,
what's
yeah.
this music that we're going out to?
Oh, we are going out to something special. It's more of me.
No.
Oh wow, is that you?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Dang, you're cool, man.
Oh, this
thanks.
is your band Last Falling, right?
Last Falling, everybody.
Yeah.
Last Falling. I should make that my character in MLB 21, the show.
No, you shouldn't.
I should not, actually. I should probably do my own name, and that would be cool.
You should
right.
just work on like
should-
coach drumming stuff.
I should just work on life coach
Yeah.
drumming. That's what we call a callback, everybody, from the comedy world.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
It's a callback.
All right.
Oh my
well,
goodness.
thank
Okay.
you, everybody,
Thank you so
for
much.
joining us, and
Yes.
we'll see you next week.
Yes, absolutely. And be sure to subscribe and do all those things that the internets are telling you. For Joe, Shayna, I'm Bryan, and we'll see you all next time.
Sorry, Mom.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Sorry, Mom. too.
Next time on the local show, everybody. It's a local show, Ventura County. Thank you.